Hello and welcome in this sixth video in this series, The Invitation. As I record these, I'm just about to go on holiday, so I'm pre-preparing 3 videos, and it means that I won't have time to put in all the cunning camera changes that I've done in previous videos, and nor will I have time to impersonate Monty Don. On the plus side though, they will be shorter, and they'll all be coming to you from my little shed here. So last time I talked about the invitation of faith being an invitation to seek deep beauty, deep truth. And I ended by talking about the desire to find more beauty in our lives. I guess the dynamic of faith. And this time I want to think about the challenge of living with that kind of change. And to begin with, I want to go back to thinking about science as I was last time and my life with physics. I mentioned last time the way that Paul Dirac was able to reconcile 2 apparently contradictory theories, general relativity and quantum mechanics. But it was only a partial reconciliation. Differences between those 2 theories remained. And when I was aged 18, I'd read about this and I'd seen and thought I'd understood the problem. And with the kind of arrogance that only an 18-year-old can have, I thought, I know which is right. Relativity has got the answer. I liked the picture of the world that it painted. I was satisfied with the kind of beauty that it showed. I was very firmly in the relativity camp. Now, you might not have taken sides in that debate, but I'm sure you've had the experience of thinking that you are right about something. If only the world would listen to you. If only the world would see as you see things. It may be as simple as the fact that City are better than United, or vice versa. I won't take a side in that debate. Or it may be that you think that leaving the EU is far better for us or far worse for us, or that Boris is a great hero or a dreadful villain. Well, for me at 18 it was about relativity versus quantum mechanics, but we all take views on things because we are, for times in our lives, joiners. Not woodworkers, people who want to join a group. We want to belong. So it may be that our village is better than the next one along. It may be that we think our team is entirely virtuous and the opposition are horrible wasters. It may be, for a very small fraction of people, that relativity is better than quantum mechanics. Well, whatever it is that we seize on, by joining some idea or some idea of a group, we find our place in the world. It's natural and it's healthy for us to do this for a while. It's how we learn our culture. It's how we pick up things from our elders and betters. And it's why Jesus invited people to come and follow him, to join the company of the disciples, to take on a different way of living. Now that is something that's healthy for us to do at a period in our life. Certainly at 18 it's a healthy thing to do. But if it stays with us for too long, it ends up dividing us. Brexiteers versus Remainers, Trump supporters versus Liberals, Sadducees or Pharisees, Baptists or Anglicans. If we hold too strongly to any of these as our identity, we forget the invitation to deep beauty, deep truth, where we see so much more. It's very easy, of course, to slip away from that, reaching out to something deeper and more wonderful, to get caught up in the everyday, the mundane, to be happy with where we are. I know enough. My mind is made up. I will always be this way. I shall always be a pessimist or an optimist. I know enough about race or sexuality. Quantum mechanics is wrong. It's the human equivalent, if you like, just fixing on one way of seeing things, of my wisteria. If you remember the story I told, the metaphor I made out of my wisteria, growing more and more in the same direction, but never coming to flower. Entertaining the invitation to a deeper life can be difficult. Always much easier just to grow on in the same direction. It can also be like a learner swimmer venturing into the deep end for the first time. It can require us to gird up our courage to learn new skills or in life to see things differently. But it opens our minds up and it shows us that there is so much more beauty and possibility than we could imagine. What initially looks like the wrong way of seeing the world, or what looks like the enemy to us, turns out to be a very happy place to visit. Different from where we were, but wonderful nonetheless, and perhaps more wonderful because of that difference. Come, follow me, Jesus says to some. It's time for them to be joiners. For others, he sends them home to work out their faith there. Go back to where you're from, or perhaps go to somewhere different, be challenged, be changed. He says, let the little ones come to me. And he says, let's feast while the bridegroom is here. For each person and in each time, Jesus the wise teacher knows what will help them to grow. Each time we hear that kind of voice, each time we hear the invitation in a new way, it can be very disorienting because we become comfortable where we are. But we come to learn that what we thought we knew, where we thought we were happy, is just a small part of a bigger truth. And that's exactly what Christian discipleship is like. We become familiar with a place, we become secure, we grow happier, we know who we are. But then there comes a time to grow beyond that space, to grow deeper into ourselves and deeper into God. And that's the path of discipleship that the invitation leads us on. So I'll see you next time.